Welcome to the story of Mr. Lincoln. Like most new puppy stories, they start out with an old dog that's on the last legs. And here is Whiskey. We had her for 14 or so years. She was blind and deaf, and she wasn't living a very good life, so she needed some company. So we got her this little monster. And he was a sleeper when we first got him. He just wanted to rest and wanted to rest and wanted to rest. Lincoln is a Shih Tzu Yorkie mix, so he's a Shorkie. We got Lincoln from friends who were raising the pups, and he decided that he wanted us to be his family. And if you look here, when he was awake, you see that he's a little bit of a jumper on the bed. So he loved to run and jump when he was awake. But his whole life he's continued to love to be a lap dog. So anytime we're sitting and working, he just wants to sleep. Well, getting Mr. Lincoln may not have been the best thing for Whiskey. Whiskey was a little too old for Mr. Lincoln, but they did play and they did interact. But unfortunately, tragedy struck one day, and an overzealous Mr. Lincoln, I believe, knocked Whiskey down a flight of stairs from the deck to the ground below. So at her age and condition, it wasn't a choice to keep her with us. So Whiskey went to the happy hunting ground. So with a lick to my hand, she was gone. Now I have to admit I had a little bit of a grudge with Mr. Lincoln for a few days, but looking at this face, couldn't keep the grudge for very long. Mr. Lincoln and I have bonded more and more over the years, and I love this dog. Probably my most favorite dog of all time. Now, a little about Mr. Lincoln's personality. He wasn't much of a player when he was younger. He didn't understand balls, and he didn't quite understand the tug of war. And, he tried, but he didn't quite get the concept. And when we throw something, he definitely was not a retriever. But what Mr. Lincoln is a lover of people, especially children. Here, a friend's child came over for a visit, and Mr. Lincoln took advantage to say hello and have a good time playing with this kid. I was hoping he was playing with this kid. I don't know what he was doing here, but anyway, he's a licker and he's an ear licker, so he gave this kid a good ear cleaning, at least on one side. As he got older, he did learn how to play tug of war. Here's an example. He's a growler. Mr. Lincoln loves to growl, as you hear here also.
What are we doing?
Mr. Lincoln's favorite thing is to go to my son's school, who has a large campus. He just loves to run. And there's his favorite human being. I haven't introduced my wife, Marcella, much. She's not, doesn't like to be photographed that much in blogs, but he loves his mama. And so we take walks, and this dog just runs and sniffs and pees on everything and just enjoys himself. And car rides are definitely his favorite thing also. He used to love to go to school and drop off my son when he was in elementary and middle school. And anytime you say car ride, Lincoln is all about it. His ears perk up and he's ready to go. Doing chores at home and we open a car door, we got to be careful because Mr. Lincoln gets his feelings hurt when we're not going on a car ride.
Come on. Let's go. We're not going anywhere, Stinky. Come on.
Mr. Lincoln's always been a special dog to my son. Here he is when my son's probably, 13 years old, maybe if he's that old. And he saw him through bad haircuts, birthday parties, COVID, school dances, and camping trips. Mr. Lincoln's never been shy to make himself at home, and here he is deciding that a friend's chest is the greatest place to sit and enjoy the campfire. When Lincoln was a puppy, he didn't like dogs very much, but he soon became fast friends with the neighbor dogs, Bristol and Bruiser, who often stayed at our house and had sleepovers. And yes, we all slept together. Lincoln has had other dog friends stay with us for periods of time, and he tends to like to be around the bigger dogs because he thinks he's a big dog, big tough dog. So he's an alpha male, as you see here. He's shown who's boss, and this big dog didn't quite know what to think of Mr. Lincoln. Now, Mr. Lincoln's kind of a tease also, and he loves to run and be chased. And he loves to sit and watch his chicken flock, as they're his new buddies. He hangs out with them all day while we're gone. Now, you probably think Mr. Lincoln's a perfect dog by now, but as you see here, he's got an issue. If you leave anything of a sack or bread or chips or popcorn in this case, or sunflower seeds it looks like, he just loves to tear the crap out of the sack and throw it around the house. And also his dog food, he'll do that too. Mr. Lincoln acts tough, but he never goes into the chicken coop unless it's winter. And here he is. He's going to go check on his chicken friends and enjoy a little bit of snow. And he's got to check on the condition because he doesn't get to see his chicken friends much because they stay in the house during this weather. So let's see what he does when he gets to see the chickens and see how the chickens react to him. There they are, and they're obviously really scared of Mr. Lincoln. I think we know who's scared of who. Since I started this YouTube channel, Mr. Lincoln is a regular companion while I'm doing my gardening work. And he's always with me. And he's always supervising my work, making sure I'm doing a good job. He doesn't help much. He just he's like any supervisor. He just likes to watch and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Now here is proof that Sasquatch really exists. Mr. Lincoln needs a haircut in this photo. One thing about Mr. Lincoln is he's always happy to see us. And he's always happy to have a good snooze in my lap. And he's got the bad habit of wanting to watch YouTube videos. So he's sometimes in the way. So I'm trying to watch, and he's just checking everything out. Unfortunately, he doesn't watch my channel, I don't think. So I don't believe he's a subscriber. He is a very observant TV watcher. Anytime a dog comes on TV, he's all about it. And this is what gets annoying in the middle of the night when we're watching TV and he sees a dog. So, yeah, he's ours, but he's not perfect. He's trying, though. As this story began, we are getting an older dog now. He needs reading glasses to watch TV sometimes. And he's back to taking lots of snoozes in the sun on our deck when the weather allows it to be. But he's still a very active dog, and he's still getting around and doing his thing. But we see in the future, like with all animals, they don't last forever. And this face, I'll always love this face. And when we lose this one, we're going to really miss him. Well, thanks for watching this video on the life of Mr. Lincoln. And don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. He's probably 8 years old or 7 or 8 years old. So he's got plenty of years left. He might outlive me. We'll have to see. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you like the channel. Thank you.